Smith's ready?
I'm ready.
Let me see those steps, man. Let's go. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Prince again, back with another video. It's week 7, bro. Week 7. Yeah. Week 7 review. Why am I moving my hands so much? Like, what? Big shout out to everybody who showed me love as usual. Thank you for all those who subscribe. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. Give a like, give a comment, yeah. Week 7 was crazy. Is there another word for crazy? Mentally ill. Let's get into it. So yeah, so week 7, yeah. That's like halfway to your 14 weeks. Week 7 was our jail test, and you've seen in my previous video where I talked about how jail practices were like going down the drain, like you were not in sync, everything was just going wrong. Yeah, so jail test on Monday, as you can see, everybody was like excited, like you were there, your shoes are polished, you're excited, you're getting all the steps refreshed, and all that. One thing I need to let you know as well that you can't forget, yeah, is make sure that you study the personalities, and these are people in the corridor. You'll see pictures of them as you go into your platoon. They are the OCs, the officer in command, the commanding officer, the adjutant, like people who govern your platoon company, like your platoon commander and all that. You have to know their names, know their regiment, know their initials as well, not just the surname, because you'll be asked on the drill test the morning. So you will not only be doing your marching or drills, you'll have to answer individual questions where you'll be called out. You are individually called out by name, and we'll have to go up to 3 of the personalities there, and each person will go to one, and they would ask you who is the officer in command, or who is the platoon commander, who is the sergeant, the platoon sergeant.
Really, nigga?
About 8 personalities in all you'd have to study. They're not gonna ask you all 8, about 3 of the 8, but you would not know. You wouldn't know who was coming, so that's why you have to learn all of them. What a lot of us did wrong is that we started learning them like the week or 2 before the test. So I think like get them in as soon as you get in your training. Get those names in so that they will become second nature to you at the day after the test, yeah. But all in all, the morning we're excited. Yeah, we did the test. Actually, we did really good on the drill test. Like platoon sergeant, he was very impressed, and he was impressed as much as we looked dreadful on the practice. Like we came through on the day and we aced it. Drill test was smashed. In the drill test, yeah, you'll be marching as a platoon, right? And after a while you do your change in step, your about turn, your marking time, salute to the right, saluting to the left, right turn, left turn. Yeah, I love drills, man. I just love it, especially when you got the drills in, you got the step in, like, and especially when everybody is synced. That is beautiful, yeah. It was just a good day that Monday, but it didn't stop there. After drill tests, more lessons. Then we had was to get ready for halfway. 3 nights in the fields. It's like one thing after the other, yeah. So after drill test, he had us to go get your Bergens packed, get your rations, get everything that's needed for the 3 nights, bro. And halfway, yeah. Before we get into halfway, let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back. While I eat some Haribo. I'm sure you've heard of halfway. A lot of people talk about halfway, and it's not the easiest way. See what I did there? Halfway, not the easiest way.
Really, nigga?
Yeah, it's not the easiest way. It's a way that you must go if you want to pass week 7. So you have to cross halfway. First night, and you see that in my previous video, which is 2 nights in the fields. halfway is an extra night. The Monday night, we got our rations packed. As you see, I'm doing a little bit of that here. Our rations and everything packed, burger packed. Of course, snacks as usual. You need snacks. Like you're gonna need a lot of snacks on halfway. Well, not a lot of snacks, but just me. You're gonna be in the mood to eat, especially you're gonna be in lessons and stuff like sitting down for a while. You're gonna need knee pads. For first night, if you can get knee pads, because I don't think they will issue knee pads on the first night. You have to do a lot of kneeling down on your knees, sometimes on rugged roads. Trust me, with weights on your back, on your knee, and I'm telling, and I mean on your single knee, not on two knees. Sometimes I'll just drop on two knees, bro. Like, ah. But yeah, the appropriate way should just be on one knee. For halfway, you'll be issued knee pads, and they're helpful. Trust me, they are helpful. The Tuesday, we got in the coach because we went to Sandhurst. That's where you're gonna be doing the halfway. Yeah, at some point we got our burgers from the truck, and we had us to tablet them to the harbor. Yeah, got to the harbor, did our harbor drills. Yeah, we had us to dig our shell scrapes as well. Trust me that make sure you have a pick. Well, you'll be given picks and shovels. You definitely need them to dig those shell scrapes because it's hard labor to get a good area dug out that you can sleep in for you and your basher buddy. And as well, make sure that you have a good basher buddy. That's a person that you're going to share tent with or share a shell scrape with. Some people end up with some shitty basher buddies, some people who don't want to help you out, some people who are selfish. And because as bashers, you have to work as a team. You have to. So if you find somebody who's selfish, it's gonna definitely impact you in a bad way. So try and work out who you're gonna be a basher buddy with before you actually leave. Like find somebody who you're really close with and all that you know for sure will look out for you and help you out. And just stick with them because sometimes you'll be going into the harbor in lines, and according to the line that you're going in with, they will just separate you in twos. So make sure that you would have worked out who you're going to go with and line up with that person or else be next to that person, because you will not get to choose like, I'm in the harbor, hey, come let me. Nope, you'll be going in a line because that's how you occupy the harbor. You can't just go in it like you're going down the road. Yeah, so just be smart. Make sure you set up with that person and be close to them. Be occupied, dug out the shell scrapes, which took a good hour or so. Did our stand twos. Being 2IC in the field is one of the hardest tasks. 2IC, second in command, that's a meaning. You'll be called upon at any time. You can be like cooking, you'll hear 2IC. It's 2IC, it's like 2IC. The section commanders are calling you to give you details and things you report to your section about, like what we're gonna do, what they're gonna do, or the new detail, like, or pack your pouches with rations, we're going on patrols, like any details, like in 10 minutes you guys need to do this. So they'll have to go to the section commanders whenever they're called, like, and they have to run. Like as soon as you hear 2IC, like you have to run. Like I'll tell you, like,
Settle down, everyone. No Come on. Leave it, woman. Get out of the way. Go. Things.
Randomly selected by a section commander to be a 2IC, so it can be anybody. The tip that I want to give you as well in the fields is that when you're cooking with your mesh tins, because you have to be cleaning those mesh tins after, spray weapon oil on the bottom of the mesh tins before you put them on the fire, and that way, and make sure you have a rag with you till you would have finished cooking. All you have to do is take that rag and just clean off the bottom of that, and it will come off so easily because of the weapon oil. So use the weapon oil on your mesh tins. The morning after we would have settled in the harbor, you had like a pre-admin in the field test, and you have about, I think it's 80 minutes to get your admin in the field done, and that is you getting up, getting something to eat, get yourself washed, well, just wiped and brushing your teeth, wiping your face, wiping off the cam cream off your face, changing your t-shirt, your boxers, and then cleaning your weapon as well. So it sounds like a lot of time, but sometimes, like, yo, the time would go so fast and you don't even know. So you just have to be so quick with your admin in the field. Make sure that you focus on your gas plugs. You check the barrel of the weapon as well. Do your pull through inside the TMAs as well. You have to make sure it's clean. Make sure your foot is powdered. Like just soak your foot in powder, because you have to take off your socks and show them that you powdered your feet. The admin in the field is one of the biggest tasks. You can't get back to you for it. And Thursday now is your real admin in the field test. You'll be checked by the platoon commander and the surgeon. All your weapon before you use it, because you'll be using blank magazines, and they can cause smut in your gas plugs. The surgeon took up my weapon, looked through the barrel, everything like that. It's like, my gas plugs, handed to him. It was good. Yo, it was so nerve-wracking. I could still remember the moment right now. He was like, let me see your foot, make sure that it's powdered. I was like, I mean, I'm not going to show you my ashy foot, come on. But I took my socks off, and yeah, it was because I dashed powder, like my socks, you could see the powder coming out of my socks. Like, if there's one thing I was going to pass, is that powder foot, yeah. Like, I mean, it's the easiest thing. All you have to do is make sure that you soak your foot in powder. Put your socks back on, and yeah, so I passed. What happens when you fail is that you get a retest the day after. Yeah, you get a retest the Friday morning, and if you feel that you're back through or sent through different processes, you'll not be in your present platoon. So it's very serious that you master your admin in the field. Master it. During halfway, you'll be doing a lot of different exercises, a lot of tests. Another thing to stag as usual. You have to do your stags. Cold nights, you have to get up. You'll be there for an hour, counting down the time until you're gonna wake up the next person. One of the big events of halfway that everybody was dreading is the bugging out. You'll be bummed out in a sense, like in the night while you're sleeping, by your section commanders who would act as enemies and all that. So at some point in the night, you hear like grenades, like a big waft, like a war going on outside your shell scrape, and you have to get out. Your section commander will come at you like everybody get up, like that, and they will give you indication to fire to your right, fire to your left, and you have to start firing, yo. Like, it was so noisy that night, yo. Like, when we got bug out, like we had to rush. Like, that's one of the craziest part of halfway as well. I had to rush, take down your poncho, pack up your sleeping bag, and then start firing and all that. And yo, it was just crazy. Grenades being thrown, and it was like explosion and lights, and because we were attacked. Like, we had to get our Bergens on our backs, heavy Bergens, and run with that Bergen for like a good 100 meter to a different location. Run with the Bergens, and yo, we were tired, yo. It was a crazy experience to bug it out. When we got to the other location, didn't put up any poncho. We had us to just lay in our sleeping bag. The weather was good, thank God, so we were just in our sleeping bag in the fields, no tent, yo. So that was crazy, and we had to get up, do stags as well that night. And yeah, but I think a lot of people were just excited for the day, the Friday morning to come, where it was all gonna be over, yeah. But being in the fields it will definitely test who's a real soldier from who's a coward and who has a weak mindset. So you must have a strong mindset when you're going in the fields, especially to tackle something as halfway. As I say, it's doable. So it's not I'm gonna tell you, oh, this is the hardest thing. No, like, it's not the hardest thing in the world. It's definitely a challenge, and you're gonna be tested, so mentally, physically, and you just have to push through it. The Friday morning, you're gonna feel so good when you're on that coach going back to camp, like. So that was week 7. Crazy week. Shout out to you for making it to the end of the video. and I hope that you guys have learned a lot. If you are training or you've done halfway, you want to add anything in the comments, feel free to do that. Week 8 is coming. Week 8 already. It was just the other day I was doing week 1. Now we're at week 8 coming. So stay tuned for that. And yeah. Much love.